Lady Bird is a movie directed by Greta Gerwig. It is a comedy about a young girl, played by Saoirse Ronan, who moved to Sacramento with her family to live a new life. However, she's struggling to adapt to strict Catholic school she's in and her family's financial difficulties. She's trying to establish healthy relationship with people around her, which proven to be difficult, especially with her mother. This is the first film I've seen in a long time where I didn't see a single trailer or poster other than knowing Saoirse Ronan is in the film, and apparently the film was very good. That's why in the plot summary I didn't say much, because to say anything more would be to describe every single little detail that's happened in the film, and I want to keep the element of surprise to you as I had with me. I always loved Saoirse Ronan, and I think she's a very talented young actress, still with a lot of potential to offer. She was in Hannah, one of the most underrated action films in decades, and I loved her performance in Atonement, Brooklyn, and Grand Budapest Hotel. After the commercial and critical failure of the movie The Host, she went back to her indie roots and played in more artsy films. This is a pleasantly surprising good movie. When the film starts, you have the impression that it is a generic coming of age story, which it is, but as the film went on, it goes deeper and even darker. It dealt a lot of sensitive subject matter like anxiety, depression, and even sexual identification. However, it doesn't play off in a serious tone. After all, it is a comedy. It felt normal and lighthearted. This is something missing in our mainstream movies. We don't see a lot of film that felt like something real is unfolding to us. It is mostly thanks to the amazing cast. I would say this is the best performance Saoirse Ronan has to offer in years. Also, the mother, played by Laurie Metcalf, was very good, and even though she's consistently conflicting with her daughter, you understand why she's frustrating, and you can tell deep inside that she loves her more than anything else in the world. That is the biggest strength of the film. Because it's so real and lighthearted, you felt the emotion every character felt, joy, anger, and pain. You understand how and why everyone does the things they do, and it makes you root for them. I'm surprised sometimes how dark the subject matter goes. Well, at least for me personally, it get a little bit uncomfortable at times, but this isn't a bad thing because I felt like they did it so well that I felt emotionally influenced by it. Last but not least, I have to mention the clever editing used in the film. There were lots of really good match editing in the movie that enhances its humorous tone. And not to mention its cinematography, it's very beautiful for a movie that's more of a scale. Now, I don't have too much complaints about the film, but there were a very few minor nitpicks. One of them was the pacing. The film is only an hour and 33 minutes long, so some of the scenes felt a little bit rushed. I wish sometimes the film could slow down at times and explain things a little bit better. But the biggest flaw I felt was the ending. I won't spoil it, but I felt like it could be executed better, and I do feel it's kind of dragged a little bit. What is more, sometimes some of the character arc were not entirely resolved. It doesn't bother me that much, but I still hope that they could do better with it. Overall, Lady Bird is a very surprisingly good movie. I had a great time with it, and it made me feel hopeful about life in general. It's one of the best coming-of-age comedy I've seen. Even with its minor flaws, I highly recommend this movie. And if you're a teenager experiencing hardship, go watch it. It will make your life feel better. Final verdict, 8.5 out of 10. I think this is a very good movie. I'm looking forward to buy it on Blu-ray. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video, and as always, if you think I'm good, you're pretty good too.